So I'm Alisha. I'm a sophomore in Columbia College, majoring in human rights and on the pre-law track, and I'm also a Laidlaw scholar. So this summer, through the Laidlaw Foundation, I work with Professor Justin Phillips and Professor Gerald Gom on the Partisan Polarization of Social Issues project. So partisan polarization of social issues has defined American politics throughout the last few decades, and it's been just very prominent in almost every political debate, especially recently. But that wasn't always the case. Social issues played virtually no role in politics a couple of decades ago, and it's unclear as to how, when, why they became such a big deal in politics today. And so that's essentially what we're researching. So researching this will hopefully allow for a greater understanding of today's political issues and perhaps give some clearer insight into just United States in general as it becomes increasingly polarized. So essentially, I used the congressional record and congressional journals and looked at bills concerning gay rights, abortion, and the Equal Rights Amendment from a 34-year time period and recorded those and analyzed those. And so this is essentially what I came up with for analysis. So as you can see, social issues did become more prominent from the 1950s as the bill introductions increased from there. You can also see that from the 1950s to the early 1970s, the Equal Rights Amendment was the most prominent social issue, but then it kind of fell early 1970s and then was followed by abortion, which became a more prominent issue. And then following both of those was LGBTQ+ rights. So there's also these spikes in the data, and that indicates that certain social issues were of more concern in certain years. And so it's quite unclear as to why this is. And perhaps it's due to certain rights movements at the time that spotlighted these issues, but this would require further research to find out. Additionally, this congressional data, along with previously collected state data around the country, assisted in demonstrating that the rise of social issues actually started at the local level and then went up to the federal level as well. And so the research itself is still in progress. So future steps include finding the authors of the bills, their political affiliations, the people who voted for the bill and their political affiliations as well, and those who voted against it as well, just to see when partisanship exactly started occurring and just to get a deeper insight into partisanship in general, and hopefully answering the questions that I raised in the beginning. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.